What happens when two comedy legends collide on live television and years of unspoken tension finally burst into the most uncomfortable interview ever aired? You're about to witness a moment that spiraled so badly it left producers panicking and the audience in stunned silence. Before we dive into this unbelievable story, make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below, because this one will leave you speechless. There was something different about the energy in Studio B that afternoon. Queen Latifah sat behind her signature desk, adjusting her blazer for the last time as the production crew made their final checks. Her show was known for warm, relaxed celebrity interviews that made everyone feel at ease. But on this day, the atmosphere carried a strange charge that even the experienced host couldn't quite explain. 5 minutes to air. Queen called out to the floor director, her voice cutting through the background noise of cables, chatter, and music. Camera operators got into position while sound engineers made last-second tweaks to the wireless mics. The audience, already buzzing from the warm-up act, was full of energy and expectation. Backstage, Martin Lawrence stepped out of his dressing room. His trademark confidence was still there, but the swagger seemed slightly dulled. He'd been through countless press junkets and late-night appearances, yet something about this particular show had him unsettled. His publicist walked beside him, quietly reminding him to keep things light and focused. "Remember, we're here to promote the project." "Keep it fun, keep it positive," she said, her voice barely audible over the upbeat pre-show soundtrack. Martin nodded, but his clenched jaw hinted that his mind was somewhere else. As he walked toward the stage, he spotted Queen Latifah glancing over her note cards. Their eyes met for a moment, and whatever passed between them wasn't exactly friendly. "Martin, good to see you," Queen Latifah said, extending her hand with a practiced smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. "Yeah, likewise," Martin replied, his handshake brief and restrained. He sat down, adjusting himself like he couldn't quite get comfortable. The floor director began the countdown. 3, 2, 1, the familiar theme music blared, and Queen Latifah straightened, sliding effortlessly into her professional hosting mode. "We're back with another exciting episode, and I'm here with comedy legend Martin Lawrence," she announced brightly. "Martin, it's great to have you here." "Thanks for having me," Martin replied, though his tone hinted that he wasn't entirely sure he wanted to be there. "So," Queen continued, "you've had an incredible career, from your early stand-up days to your hit TV shows and blockbuster movies. Looking back, what's been the most challenging part of your journey?" It was a typical talk show question, harmless on the surface. But Martin's expression changed. He leaned back, studying her face carefully before answering. "You know, Queen, that's interesting you'd start there. Most hosts want to talk about the fun stuff first, the wins, the laughs. You're jumping straight to the hard parts." Queen Latifah kept her professional smile, but her grip on the note cards tightened ever so slightly. "Well," she replied evenly, "I think our audience appreciates honesty. They want to hear about the real journey, not just the highlight reel." "The real journey," Martin repeated, his tone sharpening. "So we're getting real now." The crowd picked up on the tension instantly. The laughter and chatter faded into total focus. Even the camera crew seemed to sense they were witnessing something different. "We can keep it surface level if you'd prefer," Queen Latifah said, her voice calm but edged. "But I thought after all these years we could have a genuine conversation." Martin let out a short, humorless laugh. "After all these years? That's a loaded statement coming from you." Queen's smile faltered for the briefest moment. "I'm not sure I follow," she said carefully. "Don't you?" Martin leaned forward, elbows on his knees. "Come on, Queen. We both know there's history here that goes way beyond today." Queen Latifah's eyes flicked toward the cameras. They were live. Millions were watching. "Martin, maybe we should stay focused on your new project." "Should we?" he challenged. "Or should we finally talk about the elephant in the room, the one that's been sitting between us for 15 years? The entire studio went silent. Even the background crew froze. Queen took a deep breath, struggling to keep her composure. "I don't think this is the place for that," she said finally. "Since when have you cared about what's appropriate?" Martin shot back. "That's rich coming from someone who's built a brand around keeping it real." The tension was now thick enough to cut with a knife. In the control room, the producer gestured frantically to keep the cameras rolling. This was television gold, no matter how messy it was. "Martin," Queen Latifah said steadily, though her hands trembled. "I think you're misunderstanding something." "Am I?" Martin snapped. "Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like you're doing what you always do, playing it safe, keeping control, and making sure you come out looking like the reasonable one." The accusation hit hard. Queen's practiced calm was starting to fracture. "I don't know what you expect me to say," she murmured. "I want you to be honest," Martin said firmly. "Just once. Can you do that?" Her eyes flashed, anger, maybe hurt. "Honest?" She repeated, her voice low. "You want to talk about honesty, Martin? That's funny coming from you." Martin blinked, taken aback by her sudden edge. "What's that supposed to mean?" "It means maybe it's time we talk about who's really been playing games all these years." Queen Latifah set her cards down carefully. "You want to do this? Fine, let's do this." The audience was dead silent. This wasn't the charming host they were used to. This was raw, emotional, and real. "I'm listening," Martin said, though his confidence had wavered slightly. "You sit there preaching about authenticity," Queen began. "But where was that honesty when you were spreading rumors about me behind closed doors? When you told people I didn't deserve the success I had?" Martin's expression hardened. "I never said anything that wasn't true." "Your version of true," Queen shot back. "Your interpretation of things you only half understood." "I was there," Martin countered. "I saw how you played the game. Politics, alliances, climbing over people." "Playing politics?" she repeated, her voice rising. "You mean building relationships, working hard, trying to survive in a brutal industry?" The words hit home. Martin gripped the arms of his chair. "So we're going there? We're doing this live? You started it," Queen said sharply. "You wanted to get real, remember? Like you were real when you blocked me from that project years ago? When you used your pull to shut me out, that accusation landed like a bomb." Queen's eyes widened. Clearly, this cut deep. "I never used my position to hurt you," she said, voice trembling. "The fact you'd even say that shows who you really are." "Who I am?" Martin fired back. "I'm the guy who watched you climb the ladder and pull it up behind you. I remember when you were one of us. Before you forgot where you came from." Queen Latifah shot to her feet, her chair rolling backward. "You're sitting here on my stage, accusing me of forgetting where I came from?" "If the shoe fits," Martin replied coolly. "I have spent my entire career lifting others up," she snapped. "Creating opportunities, mentoring young talent, helping people succeed. What have you done except tear others down when things don't go your way?" "I stayed true to myself," Martin said, his voice steady. "I didn't sell out for a paycheck or approval from execs who don't care about us." "My values," Queen fired back, "include not destroying other people's reputations just because I'm unhappy with mine." Martin laughed bitterly. "You're delusional if you think I believe you don't pull strings behind the scenes. You've got all the influence. You can open doors or close them, and you've done both." "You're giving me way too much credit and taking too little responsibility," Queen said coldly. The cameras captured every flash of emotion, rage, pride, pain. Crew members stood frozen, unsure if they should step in. "My actions," Martin said, "were about being real in a fake world. Calling out hypocrisy, refusing to play your game." "People like me?" Queen repeated, dangerously calm. "What do you mean, people like me?" "People who smile to your face and stab you in the back," Martin said bitterly. "People who talk about community while they're making deals that only help themselves." "You have no idea what I've sacrificed," Queen said quietly. "What I've fought for that you'll never know about because I don't need applause for it." "Sacrifices?" he scoffed. "You've had one success after another while others, better, more deserving, yet got left behind." "More deserving according to who?" "According to anyone with eyes." Queen stepped closer, furious now. "You want to talk about justice? Let's talk about how you've spent years blaming everyone else for your failures." "I know exactly who I am," Martin shot back. "The question is, do you?" Her hands were shaking. "Get out," she said quietly. "What? I said get out. Off my stage. Out of my studio." The audience gasped. The silence was deafening. "You're kicking me off your show?" Martin asked, half laughing. "That's right," Queen said through clenched teeth. "This interview is over." Martin laughed again bitterly. "Perfect. The real Queen Latifah finally shows up, and she runs from the truth." "I'm not running," she said, standing tall. "I'm protecting my show, my audience, and my peace from